Hi there. So this video is designed to address one of the elephants in the room about my very crap channel. The joke unboxing vid I did of the R383 Sparco Rally mod wheel and Thrustmaster TSS handbrake have become the most watched videos on my channel. So there's obviously this group of people out there who are eager for more information about this set of gear, and yeah, I guess there's just a gap in the market that's filled by my very low quality unboxing video. So I figured it might be helpful to actually have some review content, because I've had these now for about 6 months. I got them in October. So here's some very bad quality Richard Burns Rally Hungarian mod driving in the background while I talk about this gear setup. So basically, I would say if you are a rally enthusiast, it's well worth the investment. Okay, not cheap. You know, you are looking at a few hundred dollars, and you know, when you're talking how much you've outlaid for your sim gear to begin with, you know, you're looking at, if we're talking Australian dollars, about $700 or $800 for the wheelbase, and that'll get you either the rubber wheel if you get the standard T300 RS, or the little bit extra will get you the Alcantara Ferrari Integrale wheel. You know, you're looking at adding almost the same amount again, so maybe a couple of hundred less, for some very specialized equipment. A steering wheel by itself and a handbrake. They're demonstrated not very effectively. Let's restart. So yeah, so you're buying an extra wheel to go on your wheelbase plus a handbrake. So you've got to be committed, and so that's the first thing you got to work out, is how much is rally or drift part of your rally or racing diet. And I guess the more of those two genres of driving you do, the more you're going to get out of it. Because, you know, the round T300 RS base wheel is fine for this style of driving. The number of buttons is pretty much the same as far as I can tell. The Integrale wheel may be better suited for GT than it is for rally. It has about the same number of buttons, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, sorry. But it's got that sort of asymmetrical shape. So you've got the squared off bottom, which, you know, when you're doing something which has more than 540 degrees rotation, can be a bit distracting. So also the Integrale wheel is smaller, and that's the same thing with your basic rubber wheel. This is not the game to play to talk and drive, I tell you what. So both of those wheels are smaller, and they're your sort of sim racing wheel scale compared to full size for this wheel. And being full size, being completely round, for rally or drift, it does give you a little bit more precision. It also means it's a bit bigger and chunkier, so you can really get a hold of it. And I think for that purpose, it's, you know, if this is a genre of driving that you love, I would say spend the money. It definitely adds immersion, having the proper wheel, and you know, it won't do anything for your driving ability, if we're brutally honest. In fact, it kind of deadens the feedback a little bit because it is so big and heavy. I mean, driving on dirt, you're not getting a lot of resistance through the surface anyway, so it's not that big a deal. But it does kill a little bit of that feedback feel if you're using the T300. Did he say I broke the gearbox? I've been clutching. Jesus Christ. So yes, you lose a little bit of force feedback, but you do gain a bit more control. Definitely gain a lot of immersion. I have seen that there's been some concerns about the wheel hovering on the Sparco wheel. It's a similar material to the Alcantara. I don't know if it's the exact same or if it's just a suede. But the suede or Alcantara, or whatever the surface is on this, if you use gloves, like I'm using, see, these are just normal leather driving gloves, you won't notice any degradation in the surface. And so if there is any issues with the dye rubbing off or it picking up odors and things like that, that probably will happen with skin on suede contact. I mean, you do sweat through your hands and it is going into the steering wheel, you play a lot, it's going to have some wear and tear. I don't know if it'll rub off. I certainly don't see any rubbing off on this, but your mileage may vary. Certainly after 6 months, I do notice there's a little bit of flattening of the suede over the time that I've used it, but there are brushes and shit you can use for that if you care, which I really don't. Lost the brakes now as well. Okay, I normally do okay with this stage if I'm concentrating, but talking and driving is not easy. So, I've just noticed my webcam is tipped over as well. This is a very professional production, in case you haven't already noticed that. Yeah. Alright. How's that? Alright, there we go. Everything's in shot. So, that's the steering wheel. Steering wheel improves the feel of the game. It's quick and easy to install. You do lose a little bit of feedback, but I'm happy with it in general. Biggest complaints about it are it's not going to be great for GT racing because you don't have very many buttons on it. So for that, I switch when I'm playing Assetto Corsa. Well, when I'm not using a road car in Assetto Corsa. If I'm using a GT class car, I'll switch to the Formula wheel, which maybe I'll do a review of a little later. Now, the handbrake. The handbrake is a really interesting piece of gear. It is the first piece of gear... Well, actually, no, that's not true. I have the TLCMs. They required the mounting plate for that, the pedal plate that Thrustmaster used. You don't have to use the Thrustmaster one. There are other ones available. And if I was even the least bit handy, I could have made something. But the official gear was nice just because I could get it reasonably cheap and I knew it would work. And it's kind of the same deal with the handbrake. The handbrake has no desk clamp solution and it's not designed to be clamped to a desk by itself. So that is an extra expense that you kind of have to be cognizant of if you're going to buy it, because like I was looking at drill mounting to the desk, so putting some holes in and putting some angle clamps, angle brackets on it. But eventually I just thought, look, let's just buy the racing clamp, because then at least I've got better positioning on it, and I can mount the TH8A shifter as well. So that's the first thing you got to keep in mind, that when you buy the mod combo, you do need a proper solution to mount it all, and your desk isn't going to be suitable. So that's one key issue. And I don't know if it's fair to call it a criticism. I guess given the price of the handbrake, whether you buy it as part of the combo or by itself, I would probably expect some kind of solution, because it is very much a bespoke controller. But I guess they kind of assume if you're already in the territory of spending a few $100 on a dedicated handbrake / sequential shifter, you'll probably be okay with it. So that's the first and probably the only criticism I have. Now, I don't really use it for the sequential shifter mode because I can use the TH8A for that, or the flappy paddles on the back of the shifter, on the back of the steering wheel. But I have tested the sequential shifter mode, and it works really, really satisfying. You know, it's got a really big, heavy pull on it, so the springs on it are nice and heavy, and yeah, quite satisfying to use. Now, as a handbrake, absolutely phenomenal. Now, again, caveat here is that I haven't tested it in horizontal handbrake mode, so I don't know how it'll go for the Drift2 Heroes, but I do know that having, because in the past I just used an arcade stick as my handbrake, So just something digital, just on and off. And you kind of... It gives you something to use as a handbrake, but you don't really have much control over it. And when you consider how important braking is as a skill in racing, especially in rally, having a dedicated handbrake, especially one with proper analog, it's definitely adding to your palette of controls. So I'm glad I bought it. I honestly couldn't recommend it if you are just looking for a sequential shifter. If you're just looking for a sequential shifter, look at the TH8A or buy the Fanatec one. Consensus seems to be with the Fanatec shifter being that little bit better. But honestly, like, both are good. Both are better than the basic Logitech setup, and I don't think the Logitech setup has a sequential mode anymore. But, and I mean, if you're the sort of person who can afford to buy two of the suckers and use one as sequential, one as handbrake, well then, go nuts. Why not buy another set and make them your front and rear roll bars as well, and you can control everything. But for the rest of us who, you know, aren't made of money, if you are someone who loves playing rally, or you're a drifter, and you want that extra finesse, that extra control, it's definitely worthwhile. I've noticed an immediate improvement in my ability to take hairpins by having a proper analog handbrake. And again, immersion-wise, there's nothing like having this big piece of machined metal here to reef on when you're coming at a crazy rate of knots into a hairpin. So, yes. So, my overall not long-term, 6-month review of the combo is that I've certainly got... Oh shit, I'm dead. I like that they added the pain noise there for the co-driver. I've gotten my money's worth. I'm very happy with both pieces of kit. They are very situational, so I couldn't recommend them for everyone. But, you know, if you're contemplating taking the splash and, you know, you live for rally, it's going to improve your experience. So, yeah, I give it a recommendation. I give it a guarded recommendation, because after all, it is a hell of a frivolous expense, and, you know, you do have to consider the installation concerns around it, and they're very real concerns. So, you know, do your homework there. Have a think about what it's going to cost to get all that set up. You know, if you're already using a racing frame, then that's easy, although some racing frames might need modification to add those things to them. But again, do your homework. Now, in terms of where to, like, when to buy them, if you're building up your rig, I would suggest that they do come low in the stack. You know, obviously your wheelbase is going to be the first thing you buy. And, you know, get a good one. Don't skimp on your wheelbase. After buying your wheelbase, you know, most people generally drift towards the shifter. You know, get an H-pattern shifter for their first add-on, but I'd actually say bin the stock pedals, buy the TLCMs. Yes, it's a lot of money, but it by far out of all the gear, it's the bit that has made the most difference to my ability to control any sim vehicle, you know. And then after that, then look at the shifter, and that's sort of where you weigh them up. Do you buy the TH8A, or do you buy the rally mod? And that is answered by what you're playing. You know, if you're mainly driving road cars in a Assetto Corsa, then probably buy the shifter. Or if you're playing Euro Truck Sim, then buy the shifter. If you're drifting or playing rally games, then get the rally mod. You know, makes the most sense. So, that's the end of my review. I'm going to finish this stage, so feel free to stick around and watch the rest of the stage. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Feel free to hit a like on there if you got something useful out of it, or enjoyed watching me kill this driver. I'll have one more go, proper attempt. Yeah, please feel free to drop a like on this video, especially the camera, for the cameraman.
3, 2, 1.
And yeah, I'll see you around.
5 right. 3, 2, 1. 5 right. Flat left. Over crest. 5 left. 4 right. Long. 5 left. 50. 5 right. Tightens. 5 left. 30. 6 left.
Okay.
4 left.
Many crashes and deaths later. This will be hopefully my clean run.
5 right. 50.
There you can tell who has played Richard Burns Rally and who hasn't, just by asking him
6 right. Into.
to explain pace notes to you.
75 left.
If they say that the number is the gear for each corner, you know they haven't played Richard Burns Rally.
120. 6 left. Over crest. 50. Square right. 40. 5 left. 60. 5 right. Over crest. And 6 left. 5 right. Go straight. 70.
Now, this tends to be my go-to stage on RBR.
6 left.
And I know it's funny saying I have a go-to stage considering I'm clearly terrible at this.
4 left.
Because yeah, it's part of my home rally, the Rally of Canberra. Or at least it was. Sadly it's been retired after the Canberra bushfires.
3 left. Tightens.
Because
30.
the parts of it have been chewed up.
6 left.
And so it's no longer suitable for rallying on.
Crest. 5 left. 60.
A real shame, because it's a crowd pleaser.
100.
Because of that gigantic jump that you saw me yeet myself over and die on.
4 right. 60. Over crest. Into. Flat right. 5 left. 70. Over crest. Into. 6 right. 6 left. Long. 6 right. Into. Over crest. 60. 4 right. 120. 6 right. 70. 6 left. 80. 5 right. 30. Keep middle. Into. Over crest. 80. 4 right. Long. 60. 6 right. And. Over crest. Keep right. 30. 5 left. 5 right. 6 right. 5 left. 40. 5 right. 40. 6 right. Into. Over crest. 4 left. 120. 5 right. 30. 4 left. 6 right. Keep middle. Into. Over crest. 30. 5 left. 50. Keep left. Into. Over crest. 6 right. 70. 5 left. Over crest. 3 right. 5 left. 5 left. Keep right. Into. Over crest. 5 right. 70. Keep right. Into. Over crest. 140. 6 left. Into. Over crest. 6 right. 30. 6 right. 100. 5 right. 40. 4 left. Long. 6 right. Keep right. Into. Over crest. 50. 5 left. 40. Square right. 50. keep left, into, over crest, 6 right, 5 left, 60, 6 right, flat left, keep right, into, over crest, 80, go straight, 6 left, into, over crest.
I'm going to be very
120.
gentle over the Minecraft jump, mine shaft jump, because
Into, over crest,
I have a
150.
very bad habit of murdering my cars. Because
Caution,
it is a car killer.
into, jump,
Alright, let's take it at 60.
4 left,
Yeah, that's not bad.
70. 6 left, tightens, over crest, 30. 5 right, 120. 6 right, keep left, into, over crest, 30. Square right, 30. 5 right, 4 left. 5 right, into, over crest, 30. 6 right, 6 left, 80. 5 right, 4 left, tightens. 5 right, 6 left, into, over crest, 120. Square right, 30. 5 left. Finish.
There we go. So if you stuck around for that, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, as you hear every YouTuber say. But it'd be really nice. Peace.